On today's video, I am sharing some must-know daily practices to connect to your intuition. So a lot of you have reached out and asked me about understanding more about your intuition. How do I know what it is? How do I trust it? How do I, build it up so that I feel more confident in it? So I'm gonna dive in and share some of my favorite practices that have helped me and things that I now incorporate in my daily life, which then allow me to continue to install that intuition or that connection to that intuition even deeper and continue to grow my trust to my intuition. So let's get started. Welcome back. My name is Karen Michelle and I'm here to help you live your truth. And a huge part of doing that is connecting to your intuition, learning how to decipher and differentiate what is true to you, what truly feels good versus what is external noise or pressure or programming, right? And be able to stand really anchored into what feels best for you, because you are a very powerful spiritual being. You're a very, very powerful creator, and you are here to live a very unique life specifically for you, your gifts, your passions. And your intuition is like a superpower that gets to support you in doing that. But because of a lot of external noise and a lot of that external programming, we grow up very disconnected from our intuition, or we don't feel like we can fully trust it, or maybe it's just hard to tell what's intuition versus what someone else told me, right? So tapping in gets to be a daily practice that will absolutely change so much for you in your life. And so there are many things, many different ways to do this. I'm going to share a handful on today's video. Some of them are going to sound very simple. Your mind is going to want to reject it because your mind is going to be like, no, that's too easy, that's too basic, I'm not going to do it. The simple things are literally the most powerful. We don't need complicated, 20-step programs. We don't need these big things to tap into the truth of who we are. Sometimes it really is the very easy, simple things that help us get there. And it's just the daily repetition, the practice, the awareness. So some of these different things that I have used to help me, because I have always been very connected energetically. I've always been very intuitive, but I kind of hardened, I guess, after different traumas where I closed myself off very much. I was very weighed down by the trauma, the grief, and the pain. And so it felt really difficult to hear my intuition. So there was a point in my life where I didn't really feel like I had inner guidance. I didn't really feel connected to an inner knowing, and things just felt very heavy. Now, through a lot of different work, it helped me uncover that even more. But some of the things that you can do that are free, that are very easy and accessible and don't take that much time for you, one of those is to spend a few minutes every morning just sitting quietly, connecting to your breath. You can do deeper breathwork practices that will also help unlock a lot of your gifts and a lot of your deeper connection to yourself. But even simply just sitting for 5 minutes, taking nice slow breaths in and out, and scanning your body. So many of us are disconnected from our body, myself included, for a long time, because there was so much pain. There was so much going on that I didn't understand and I didn't know how to process. So I was very disconnected. But sitting there, scanning your body from head to toe, which just means bringing your awareness to the top of your head. So you're just sitting there, and then feel yourself connecting, and then almost like rain or something trickling down, right? Move your way down, bringing your awareness to your forehead, your eyes, your nose, all the way down through your head, shoulders, arms. Just allowing yourself to connect to you is going to help you discern so much more. Because the more you come back into your body and into your space, your energy field, the more empowered you're gonna feel around that. Whereas when we feel disconnected, we also feel very disempowered because we're not tapped into our innate gifts or to our strength or our abilities, right? So doing that scan and noticing any sensations, noticing what comes up for you. You might get to your stomach, for example, and you might feel like, oh wow, it actually feels really tight, or it feels like uneasy, or feel kind of nervous or anxious. And so then sit with that for a minute instead of, disconnecting and then being busy or running off to something. Sit with that emotion and that feeling and go, wow, okay, what am I anxious about? Where's this coming from? What is this telling me? And listen to the guidance that comes through, because that is going to strengthen your intuition. You're going to realize, wow, okay, it came from here, it came from this thing, and it's going to really help you connect and understand yourself even more, right? You'll notice these different things that, I'm anxious about something that happened the other day that I still didn't really process. So let me just breathe and exhale and imagine it releasing with my exhale. Imagine it getting smaller and smaller, letting it go, right? Something as simple as that. It sounds so easy. It sounds like it wouldn't matter, but it goes so far in helping you connect deeper to yourself and learn how to trust that guidance that's coming through. The more you notice these things as well, then in your day-to-day life, you're going to be a lot more aware of like, oh wow, all of a sudden, like if I get a headache, I can immediately, or like almost immediately, connect it to something that's happened, or this is the stress that's just like manifested in this headache all of a sudden, right? But in the past, I would have just thought, no, it's a headache, I'm gonna take some Advil to get rid of it. But connecting back to yourself, seeing what it's showing up as or where it's coming from is gonna empower you so much. So that's like a body scan, releasing, right? Asking yourself, listening to the intuition, the intuitive guidance around where these feelings are coming from or what you might be holding on to. And before I get into some of the other things, there is a 5-day challenge I've created that also has daily guided meditations to help you clear out the things that don't serve you, parts of your past, your old self, your old identity, how you see yourself, and connect to who it is you truly want to be. This is so powerful for helping you connect deeper to yourself, your intuition, and to getting into that really empowered version of you. So if you want to check that out, it's also got amazing journal practices that are going to help you dive in and understand yourself so much more. So that is linked down below. Highly recommend going through that. It's going to empower you so much. I go through it myself from time to time still, and it helps me release and uncover a lot of different things, as well as then step back into my power, step back into my unique gifts and strengths. So that is down there for you. I hope you check it out. Next practice, kind of leading in from that, is journaling. And this can be just intuitive writing. This can just be like letting out whatever's coming through. Or maybe you're just tapping into, okay, what do I feel that I need today? Or what sensations am I having about today? What sort of things are coming up for me right now? All of this, letting it come through, and then just writing it out, processing it. And as well, something with that can help you strengthen your intuition is then seeing what you were right about. So like I might have a feeling in the morning of certain things going on, and then I'm like writing it out, this is what I'm feeling. I don't know where it's coming from. I don't understand why, but this is what's showing up for me. And then by the end of the day, maybe something actually played out, and it was my intuition in the morning picking up on it already. So we're so powerful. And the more you understand this, the more connected you are to your intuition, the more you're gonna realize the gifts that you have. So you might feel some anxiety in the morning and you don't know why. I don't know why I keep using anxiety as an example. But you might feel some anxiety in the morning, you don't know why, but you write it out. You're like, this is what I'm feeling. you know, I'm not sure if it's attached to this or that, but it's there. I'm just acknowledging it, right? And then at the end of the day, you might see that you had actually been intuitively picking up on something that played out at work. And it's like, oh, wow, okay, I kind of saw that. I kind of had a feeling that that was going to happen before it did. And it's those moments of confirmation that are going to allow you to feel more, you know, more strength in believing in your intuition and realizing, wow, okay, yeah, I did pick up on that. And those could be about good things too. That's your manifestation, right? What things have you desired and you've been like, oh, I really want to manifest this, and I'm seeing myself, I'm believing that this is possible for myself, connecting into that beautiful energy, intuitively knowing that it's meant for me and that it's coming, and then all of a sudden, boom, it's right there, and you're like, whoa, how did that happen? But your intuition was already aligned with it, so you were already tapping into that energy, right? So all of these things then give you proof and validation of your intuitive gifts, of seeing like, okay, I can trust my intuition, I can trust that feeling that's coming through sometimes, even if logically I can't explain where it's coming from, right? So that is very powerful. And there's so many others, but I don't want to make this video too long, so I'm going to dive into it. I'll continue sharing more about this. Let me know if you have any questions about intuition as well down below, because then that's something I can talk about. I'm going to start moving into some more energy work stuff on here as well. I've been very focused on manifestation and mindset, quite, you know, simply those two topics, but I want to branch out a little bit more and start talking about different things. So if you have any questions regarding this, definitely let me know, and I will share more tips. I know these sound very basic, but they're great practices to help you tune in. And the last one would be like a dream journal. So definitely pay attention to your dreams, because that is a lot coming through from the subconscious, and you might be having premonitions. I had some crazy dreams when I was in Scotland. I mean, I always have crazy dreams, but when I was in Scotland, there were 2 or 3 nights in a row where I dreamt something happened, and then I was out walking around to get groceries, or I was out going to a castle nearby, and then I saw the exact thing from my dream, and it was kind of like an obscure thing, and I was like, whoa, that's really weird. So it's like messages and signs coming through in whatever way they can, and our dream state is a really open way for those messages to come through. So having a dream journal, paying attention after, and then just like coming back to it later, like, wow, okay, well, was there actually something in this that related to my day-to-day life today? So try those things out. Just know that you are so, so powerful. So the more you start to connect to yourself just in general, and the more you start listening to those little thoughts or feelings, then the more you're going to start to feel strength in them, of like, oh wow, okay, I was right, or oh yeah, I kind of had a thought about this and now I see the confirmation. So that's a nice little reminder to trust myself, or to trust that feeling, because something felt really good and it worked out well. Or if something felt wrong, and was I right? You know, like, was that intuition there trying to protect me and pull me out of that situation? So constantly looking at these experiences as feedback to see how tapped in you are, or see what messages are coming through, okay? So if you found this helpful, please hit the thumbs up, please subscribe, turn on notifications, and I will see you on the next video.